You think you can take my power?
This is the evolution of Knuckles, and the first time he appeared on screen was way back in 1996. In the original video animation based on the Sonic the Hedgehog, Knuckles' first appearance to save the day towards the end of Part 1, wearing a cowboy hat with his iconic white gloved hands and sneakers. In Part 2, Knuckles joins Sonic and Tails in their mission to defeat Dr. Robotnik, helping distract the enemy before going to the ice caps to help save Sarah from Eggman. The art style keeps with the video game's designs, but it's an anime. In 1999, we got Sonic Underground, a show set in a separate universe from any other piece of Sonic media. In this show, Knuckles is a family friend of Sonic's mother, who is the queen of the land. He lives on a floating island, and he's very protective of his island home and has many traps set around the island. He joins Sonic and the gang on their adventures in this episodic series. He starts as a rival, and he and Sonic don't get off to a friendly start, but they eventually learn to work together and form a formidable partnership. The style in the series is less anime, and the hat is no longer anywhere to be seen. The round-featured cartoonish Knuckles everyone loves is here. In Sonic X, which aired from 2003 to 2006, there is a shift back towards more of an anime art style, but Knuckles' presence alongside Sonic was unwavering. He is teleported to Earth alongside Sonic and the other usual suspects, and battled Dr. Eggman for the emeralds they need to make the journey back to their home. The jump in the animation quality is noticeable, with Knuckles much more crisply drawn, more vibrantly red, and moving more fluidly than he had in previous appearances. Sonic Boom came out in 2014, and for the first time, we got to see what Knuckles looked like with computer animation. Knuckles, the Red Echidna, serves as the muscle of Team Sonic across this show. In the Sonic Boom series, his redesign is notably different from other versions of the character. He is taller, more muscular, and sports tape on his hands instead of spiked boxing gloves. Unlike previous iterations, Boom Knuckles is portrayed as dull-witted, occasionally irritating his teammates with his lack of understanding. Sonic Mania Adventures is a 2D animated series available on YouTube, released in 2018. It continues the storyline of Sonic Mania. In this show, Knuckles is the guardian of Angel Island and its treasure. Knuckles is an ally of Sonic, although he still does not fully trust the Hedgehog. Being a free-to-watch YouTube cartoon, the animation style is pretty basic, but the character's appearance doesn't change much from past adaptations. Knuckles returned in a second YouTube series in 2019 based on the game Sonic Team Racing. Despite being Sonic's rival, Knuckles appears on his team. The imagery is almost identical to the previous online series, but the quality of the animation goes up a notch this time out, with elements of 3D animation included in the race scenes. Knuckles' big screen live-action debut came in 2022 with the release of Sonic the Hedgehog 2. To begin with, Knuckles sides with Dr. Robotnik and helps him escape the mushroom planet he was trapped on at the end of the first movie, under the promise that he'll help Knuckles find the Master Emerald to bring honor to his ancestors. He comes to blows with Sonic, but ultimately Robotnik betrays him and he realizes that Sonic is the honorable one, and ends up fighting with him and Tails to stop Robotnik. The computer animated style of the Team Sonic characters in the live-action adaptations attracted some criticisms, but overall it looks great, giving the characters semi-realistic proportions and textures while retaining Knuckles' red fur, pointed snout, as well as his white fists of course. Idris Elba brings real charisma to the role and brings Knuckles to life in a way we haven't seen before.
I have been training for this my entire life.
The Sonic Channel released a further YouTube animation featuring Knuckles in 2022, with Sonic Frontiers' Prologue Divergence bringing the crisp 2D animation style from Team Sonic Racing Overdrive. It came out 1 week before the game Sonic Frontiers was released and acted as a prologue to the game's storyline. The short animation delves into Knuckles' backstory and reveals the Knuckles tribe, featuring other Red Echidnas in an almost Polynesian tribe in traditional outfits. In the end, it turns out that his digitized body is trapped inside a holographic cyberspace, and he'll need help from someone if he is going to escape. In Sonic Prime, released in 2022, we saw various Knuckles variants appear from different worlds. There's Renegade Knuckles, Knuckles' counterpart from New York City, who was a member of the Resistance. He speaks with a Brooklyn accent, and Gnarly Knuckles, from the Boss Cage maze, who is paranoid by nature. Then there's Knuckles the Dread from No Place. He is seemingly laid back, and unlike the rest of his crew, appears to show trust in Sonic immediately. The story revolves around the shattering of the Paradox Prism, which unleashes a multiverse-style convergence, meaning variants of all the classic Sonic characters come into the story. The art style is computer animated, but as this show is aimed at kids, the animation is kept simple and close to the video game graphic style. In 2024, Knuckles is getting his own show. Idris Elba returns for this Paramount Plus series. Taking place between the events of Sonic the Hedgehog 2 and Sonic the Hedgehog 3, the series follows Knuckles the Echidna as he trains Deputy Sheriff Wade Whipple in the ways of the Echidna warrior. Knuckles will have to face off against one of Robotnik's former collaborators who wants to capture him. It looks like we're getting full-on Biker Knuckles too, complete with the cowboy hat from his original on-screen outing as things come full circle. Later in 2024, it looks like Knuckles will have to help his friend Sonic face off against Shadow in the third Sonic the Hedgehog movie.